Clip.co University. Next question is about minimizing uncertainty. I think before we get into the green boxes, teeing you up with that, what ends up happening is with this remote work issue, there's always this feeling. We even get it with our own team and folks needing to take sick days or leave or whatever. We get you get this aching feeling of like, is my person working full time for me? Do they come online every day? Are we moving forward? What was your simple breakthrough to squash like 80 or 90% of that fear?
Basically, like the ideal world is there's almost like always a progress bar running on like, here's like, I don't know.
Where does
you're
this
downloading
come from?
something.
It's like Rory Sutherland and trains.
Yeah, he's like basically engineers. They were trying to make a better train system in the UK. And so they spent like all this money. They were proposing like basically $100 million project to make high speed rail. And Rory Sutherland, who works at Ogilvy as a marketer, he's like, people don't care about speed. You think they do, they don't. All they care about is like knowing when they're going to get somewhere, and that being predictable. So same
as in,
idea.
right? Like, well, to take it one step further, it's like if you get onto a train station, the dock, the harbor, the pier, if you get to the train station, I would rather know that the next train is 14 minutes away. That's the explicit ETA. Than a train will be here in 2.5 minutes, but I don't know that. I don't know when it's going to arrive. The uncertainty. Right. So I would rather see on the board the next train. Study this across all humans. I would rather see and have the certainty that the next train will be here in 14 minutes, even if I didn't know the explicit time and the next train was coming in 2 minutes.
Right.
That's how much people value certainty.
It's why Uber succeeded, because they just show you where exactly your Uber is on the map, and you can see how long it's going to take to get to.
And they lie a lot too,
great.
Right? They're like, Uber and Lyft now, they'll be like, we're getting your ride. You'll have a ride. You'll see your driver in 3.5 minutes. And what they're trying to do is just get you to not go to the other competitor and try and get a taxi. They're like, here's some certainty. You're going to be okay. It's on its way.
So same idea here. It's like on the spectrum of screen recording someone, time tracking, like mouse clicking shit. Like you don't want that. That looks too much. You don't want that to happen. But you still want some feedback. And ideally, the more feedback, the better. That's like the worst case scenario is an editor that goes dark for a couple of days. Like you don't want that. So bare minimum is you want at the end of each day, tell me what you did and the progress in the video. So in Slack, we basically just made these green blocks that like recreated
a nod to Windows 97 downloading something off the internet.
Yeah, I think actually I even saw it on like Twitter. People will do like levels.io. I think that guy, whatever his name is,
in his bio.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, $0 to $10 million a year or something, and it's like a loading bar. Literally copied the same thing. It's just like, here's the video, super visual. You can see like roughly they're halfway through the video, whatever it is. Have them give you a little ETA. So it's like, okay, I know I can expect this by Friday. And then how many hours they've roughly worked on it so far. So that way, you know, like, okay, if they're, halfway through a video and it's been 20 hours, you're like, that's kind of a long time, probably. Like now,
depending on what you're working on.
Right.
But it gives you some data. So it's not just a black box.
Yeah. And this kind of gets into like in the early days with the new editor, I would have even a little bit more where you take a video that maybe you want to spend a week on it. You chunk it down into daily segments of the video just so that you can have faster feedback loops. So they're not kind of in the dark, because you don't want to end up a week into the video. They give you something that you hate and they just like, wasted 80% of their time in the video.